I have made a lot of videos about the Elgato Stream Deck, and I never actually made one where we were setting it up for your live stream. So I want to do that with you today, step by step. I went on Twitter and I asked you guys to send me a screenshot of your main page for live streaming, and a lot of you had almost empty pages. The Stream Deck is an amazing tool, and the software is also amazing by Elgato. But you know, the Stream Deck is not cheap, and if you are gonna invest something, you know, you gotta use it to make it worth it. A lot of new streamers think that they absolutely need a Stream Deck in order to start. That's not totally true. The thing is, once you're established, you actually want to shorten the time it takes you to make a couple of things. Anything that basically gets in between you and your craft, if you can shorten that with a tool, then that tool is absolutely useful. If you buy the tool and it sits on your deck and you barely use it, was it worth over $100 for that? Anyways, if you just got your Stream Deck, or maybe you've had it for a couple of days and you just have a couple of buttons, I believe this video will be absolutely useful for you. If you already have a Stream Deck, you already have your profile, maybe you're gonna get some ideas, and maybe you'll be able to share some ideas with us in the comment section below. And this video has perfect timing because Stream Deck just launched a new update that allows you to do a bunch of stuff. But we're mainly going to focus on that main page, basically your control center for your live stream, and I'm gonna be explaining each and every choice that I make, and you tell me if that makes sense to you. Now, right before we start, I want to tell you how today's sponsor actually has to do with today's video. And today's sponsor is OWN. OWN gives you everything you need in order to customize your live stream and even your YouTube channel. They actually partnered with Call of Duty to give you a bunch of exclusive Call of Duty overlay packs. But that's not why we're here today. Let's go up here under Stream Design Elements, and at the bottom right corner, we're gonna see Stream Deck icons. Yes, OWN actually has a bunch of Stream Deck icons, and on top of that, they are animated. They look amazing. The gamers, the pixel art, the rodent, the omega, the neon, the Celtic, the clean dark, the minimal series, the sci-fi. When you click on it, it gives you details on everything that is included in the pack, and the cool thing is that OWN is always running a sale. Right now, there's 50% sale with the code COD50 on all products. And if you don't want any pre-made stuff, OWN has so many makers that you can probably make your own Stream Deck icons. They have animated emote makers, badge maker, avatar maker, gaming logo maker. You can even get Zoom backgrounds. I didn't even know that with OWN. But anyways, I'll let you check all of that out over at own.gg/getlevel. That's my little special link. own.gg/getlevel. That is own3d.gg/getlevel. All right, so in order to set up your Stream Deck, you're gonna need the software. You're gonna need to plug in your Stream Deck. Hopefully I don't have to tell you that, but yeah, plug in your Stream Deck, go to elgato.com/download. Right there, select your product. In our case, it is a Stream Deck, and it's gonna tell you here. There's the software. You can download it, install it. Our current version is 5.3.1. I've already done all of that, so let's just go ahead and open up the software. Now, something that I love to have is a main profile, and in that main profile, every button will bring me to a different profile. So profile 1 for me is this one, and it always brings me there. It's my default profile. If you go to edit profiles, you're gonna see you can click on a profile and then make this my default profile. When I turn on the Stream Deck or when I turn on the software, it brings me there no matter what. I also try to make sure that they all have a button that brings me back to that main profile, right? This is game, something I use when I'm using my smaller keyboard. I have Premiere in order to do editing, and you can see that button brings me back. OBS is when I'm recording, or if I'm recording my podcast, for example, if I'm switching scenes live while recording the podcast. Then I have Stream. This is what I use for live streaming on Twitch, which I don't do as often as I would want. And I have Mobius, which is some cool custom made icons for when I'm doing live music on stream. Let's create a new button and a new profile. So what you want to do is go under Stream Deck, and we're gonna create this as profile. One of the reasons why I don't create just a folder, because if you create a folder, for example, it brings you there, you have this, right? And it's really cool to be in a subfolder, but if I want to move that button somewhere else, I don't like where it is. I just don't like where it is. That's it. That's the only reason why I don't use folders instead of profiles. And I like having, you know, a profile where I can put some subfolders if I need to. Anyways, you can click on this. Remember, we just dragged switch profile. We haven't created the profile yet, so don't worry about it, but you can title it. We're going to call this one test. And you can pick which device you're on. In my case, it's my Stream Deck, so current. But I could create this for my Stream Deck pedal, for example, right? Under profile, this is where you can pick which profile you want it to go to, or it's just gonna go to the next profile in the list, for example. So from here, it would go to gaming. But let's go ahead and click under the little arrow under the profile here. Let's go edit profiles. Let's click on the plus to add a new profile. Right click, rename, and let's call this one Twitch, all caps. right? You can make this your default profile for some reason if you want to, if that's all you use your Stream Deck for. You can pick the application. For example, when you're on OBS, this profile automatically switches to it. I don't think that would be necessary. Mostly, like if you're live streaming, you're probably playing a game, you're probably on YouTube, you're probably doing a bunch of stuff. So it would actually be annoying for it to switch out of it. But, you know, play around with it, make your own decisions. Anyways, let's go back to test and let's just pick the profile that we just created called Twitch. Boom. And let's press it on the Stream Deck right there. Let's see, welcome. We can delete this. All right. So one thing with the Stream Deck is that I try to figure out which button I press accidentally the most. Yes, I'm clumsy. Also, my Stream Deck is right next to my keyboard. Sometimes I'm playing games, I get ragey and I press stuff, right? So bottom right corner seems to be the button that I press accidentally the most. So let's not put our going live button there, for example. Let's try to bury it towards the middle, or it's still in the bottom row, so it's easily accessible. I like to put stuff accessible when I can just fill the Stream Deck, and the extremities will have buttons that I use often, mostly extremity like on the right side, all right? But for now, what we're gonna do is I'm gonna show you my scenes real quick. A typical live stream will have a starting soon screen. We're gonna have a full screen scene. We're gonna have a game scene. My webcam is just not there. There's also like a be right back. But anyways, if you are making decisions based on which scenes not to include in your Stream Deck, you're rarely gonna go from the full screen scene to the starting soon scene, for example, right? Like you're rarely gonna go to starting soon scene in the middle of the stream. Usually you set it to starting soon, you go live, and then you do the rest. So if you want to sacrifice one button and not put it, you can do that. But I'm gonna go to the right, I'm gonna scroll down until I see OBS, collapse those, there we go, OBS. And I'm gonna put a bunch of scenes. We're just gonna drop a bunch of buttons and then we'll customize them later. So scene, that will be my starting soon. Scene, that's gonna be my full screen webcam. Scene, that's gonna be my gameplay scene. Scene, that's gonna be my be right back. Okay, now top right, remember, very accessible, something that I would use often. For example, on Twitch, I know my viewers love me and all that, but sometimes they get lost in the sauce and they forget to clip stuff. And sometimes I get lost in the sauce and I forget to tell them to clip stuff. Or I tell them, hey, you better clip this. And then later on, I go back and I see it's a clip of just me saying you should clip stuff and none of the gameplay, none of the actual stream. So with Twitch, if you actually log in with your Twitch account via the Stream Deck app, you will have access to all of those things, including create a stream marker. You can also create a clip, but I've had some issues with that because my internet sucks and it doesn't like the whole idea of creating a clip on the fly. So I create a clip marker. What you can do with a marker is later on your video producer, you go to highlight the stream, it will show you every marker. And then you can go back, clip stuff, or you can just record with the chat, whatever you want to do. But markers are great because I go back and I clip my own stuff. All right, second row is the one that is kind of buried, sandwich in between. So I put things that are not used that often on stream. If you have a little thing like a chat command, if you want to play an ad, like if you have one specific soundboard sound that you play a lot, if someone subs, for example, and you love playing like air horns, thank you for the sub. I would put it there. It's easily accessible. It's right there. There you go. So when it comes to soundboards, you can use a specific software. For example, I use Voicemod. And in order to get all of those options, I had to go to the store up here, little keyboard with the plus, and you can find multiple plugins, if you will. So I have the Voicemod plugin and also the Voicemod software. So under there, I can go and put a soundboard, for example, right? Or if you have a voice changer, if you want to, set up your voice changer, you can put it here. I believe you can have like a random voice. Yeah, you can have a random voice or even a multi-action that randomizes the voice and then turns it on and then turns it off after a couple seconds. There's so many options. But it all depends on your stream. It's kind of hard to make this video and cater to everyone. All right, so here in the middle, this is where we're going to put what I call some sort of panic button. If you don't know what a panic button is, it's usually a multi-action button that will not prevent, but basically calm down in the event of a hate raid. If a bunch of people come in and they start spamming obscenities, you can do something about it. I like to keep mine separate. Well, most streamers, first of all, you should probably do some research on it and learn about, different types of panic buttons that people have set up, especially if you've experienced that before and basically the type of hate that you get in a way. I like to keep mine separate instead of having everything on one button, just in case the hate rate is different, because I've experienced multiple levels of hate raids. So in my case, I just like to have emote chat. So under the Twitch thing, emote chat, emote only. So I basically switch to emotes so they can't spam anything. But of course, if they start spamming emotes, for example, if they're like real and not bots, I will be able to switch to sub only chat, for example. But I usually put that like bottom in the middle. Anyways, here is where I keep my folder. I don't think I have any logical explanation for why they are there, but this is like, I don't use them often. To be completely honest, I don't use them often. So under Stream Deck, I want to create one folder and I want to create another one. This folder will be my full soundboard folder. So if I click on it, it will bring me here. And then under my actual soundboard thing, which is Voicemod, boom, I can just go ahead and add a bunch of sounds. I'm not going to show you how to do this part in this video. I already made a video about it. Check it out. And the cool thing with Voicemod and integrations like that is that they already have their own icon, so you don't need to have to come back and customize everything. All right, let's go back. So this would be like to give you an idea. I'm going to put SB for now. We're going to customize all that. I probably should have said that in the middle of the video, but I'm going to be giving you this template for icons that I created. It's a couple of them already pre-made, so this will be available, but mostly I'm going to give you a PSD file where you can drag and drop your own icons in order to create the icons that you need, because it's impossible for me to guess what you're going to be using. Anyways, second one is my music folder. So depending on what you're using, if you're using Spotify or another service, I use Pretzel Rocks. And same thing, cool thing with Pretzel Rocks, which I had to get the plugin from the store and type Pretzel. There you go. It's that one. I made a video on their channel, actually, if you want to go check it out and learn about all the options that you have with the Stream Deck with Pretzel Rocks. Yeah, if you don't know about Pretzel Rocks, it's basically a copyright-free music, in a way, DMCA free music for your live streams. And then in there, I'm going to press on that folder with my Stream Deck. And here you can, play pause. If I want to play a specific track, if I want to play a specific station, for example, if I want to skip the track, definitely going to put this one there. And I would put my volume control there and there. You can replay a track and pick next track. This is not what we're focusing on. Let's go back. So basically this would be our music folder. Nice. Okay, what's next? I always have a button that brings me back to the main profile, to profile 1. So this is where I like to keep my button, either middle right or bottom right. There we go. So we'd put that here, and basically under Stream Deck, I believe, switch to profile. Boom. And current device, and the profile is profile 1. You can put this. I like to keep this one looking different. You're going to see we're going to customize everything, but this one probably, just to make sure that I can see it easily and I can just press it when I want to go back. Okay, bottom row. So bottom left, I like to have mute buttons. Basically, if I want to mute my mic, which is not a problem since I'm using the Elgato Wave 1, I can just press the button in there and then it turns red and it's muted. But you never know if I switch a mic or something like that. It's always good. So that will be under OBS. Boom. And that would be under audio mixer. And that would be under audio mixer. So from the audio mixer, you can go there and then you pick whatever source you have, mic, auxiliary, and you'll see it's automatically a 2-state button, as you can see here and there. So you press it and then it's a toggle button, I want to say. So it's going to be mute and unmuted. I'm just going to keep an eye on my OBS to make sure I don't mute myself. But if I press it, you're going to see it change. And it mutes me. There you go. Which is why in my pack, I have them, on and off and stuff like that. Another button that I thought I would never use is a desktop audio, because you're like, why would you ever want to mute your desktop? Now, there are multiple ways of, stopping an alert. If I have TTS on and I saw someone type something too vulgar for me and I don't want the alert to play, I don't want the TTS to play, then I can mute it, basically. If someone sent me a song and they're like, check out this song, and you don't trust that person, and you want to check it out, boom, you mute your desktop, you listen to the song, that stream doesn't hear it at all. And if it's good, then you can turn it back on. A lot of things like that, a lot of things like that. But here you would go and pick desktop, or whatever specific source you're using, desktop audio here. And then weirdly enough, this is where I keep my second panic button. This is the sub only mode. So that's under Twitch, and this is sub chat, and I keep it right there. I rarely use those. I really rarely use those. So, I'm rarely in a panic. I usually look down at the Stream Deck and I can easily figure out where they are. Boom, press it. And then all calm. Then this is where I keep my actual going live button. Now this one will be multi-action and we're going to talk about it a little bit. And then corner bottom right is where I put something that I want to have easy access to. Something that I like to do is zoom in and out when I'm streaming. So I have a specific scene where my camera is going to zoom in and out for comedic effect. And you can use that. But with the new OBS update, with the new OBS integration, what I'm probably going to do is add a filter, because I love to play around with filters. Mostly color correction and stuff like that. All right, let's talk about multi-action buttons. Let's go into Stream Deck and let's go to multi-action switch, because you're toggling in between multi-action. So you want to press the button when you go live. Maybe you want it to open. In my case, it opens up Pretzel Rocks, it opens up Polypop, it opens up StreamerBot, then and then it goes live in OBS, right? It switches up my Twitter name to go to live right now and all of that. And then when I press it again, when I'm done streaming, I can just press it and it switches my Twitter name back. It closes a couple of things. It definitely stops the stream and all that good stuff. So let's drag this real quick and you're immediately brought to here. So what you want to do is basically open up everything. I have mine just to go live and I still open up a bunch of stuff manually. So this is my opportunity to basically change that a little bit. You want to open up everything you need to stream, including OBS if you want to, before you go live. So if you know that music is a big part, or if you want to open up a Chrome tab with your chat, or if you want to open up your Twitch dashboard on Chrome, you can do that. We can do website, boom. And then while it's selected, you can pick, the title, the URL, and I can call this one dashboard. And the URL, you just go and you find your Twitch channel. And then from your dashboard here, you can just click Control-C on the link and then Control-V here. Boom. So that's the first action it's going to do, is open up your dashboard. Something that I like to do is also open up a pop-out chat, a different chat. And I'm going to click on chat settings and I'm going to find pop out. There we go, pop out. And as you can see, the URL is kind of different here, twitch.com/get-level-chat. I'm going to copy this and we're going to add another website. Boom. Just going to call this one chat URL. Boom. There it is. Now open is what you're going to be using for your software. So just open. And then here you're going to go and find the .exe on your program. So Windows Starter Menu programs. If you have the icons on your desktop, for example, it's easy to find it here. This is the default Microsoft Windows Start Menu programs, but you can also go local disk, go to program files and find whatever it is you're looking for. Polypop, for example, I definitely use that. So I would find polypop.exe, boom, click open. There you go. And now it's going to open Polypop. It even renamed it to Polypop. And you basically do that for a bunch of them. And once you're done, although I should show you the Twitter one. So you want to log in with your Twitter here. And you want to put change name. You want to pick your account. Mine is @level_photo. Go follow me there. And you can put the new name here. You can put some emojis here. And if you want easy access to emojis, you can press Windows + period. Boom. You have access to emojis. And oops, there we go. And then once you're done, the second button would be, stop the stream, change my name back, maybe close a couple of things. I don't even know if you can close stuff. But yeah, basically everything you do when you stop the stream. One thing I need to remember after this is all, one thing that I do need to set up after this is all done is to stop the music when I stop the stream, because I always go and do it manually while I'm rating someone and I can't hear what they're saying and how they're reacting and all that. Okay, so with OBS open, those were OBS scenes. And all you have to do is basically go and find the specific scene that you want. In my case, I'm on 2 different scene collections. And I thought I really thought the Stream Deck would ask you which scene collection you're on, but I guess it doesn't anymore. But yeah, you have your OBS open. As you can see, I only have scene 3.2, scene 3 capture. And this is like my recording OBS, but my live stream is start, full, game VR, be right back, but it's not showing here. So anyways, when you have a scene selected, the bottom here will show you the scene status. Is it on or is it off, basically? So left is going to be on, right is going to be off. So if you want to customize them, you can go ahead and click on that little arrow and click on set from file, and then go find wherever you have your buttons. In my case, I have them here, and this is my starting soon scene. So I'll look for something that is appropriately named. In my case, little clock, and this is on, boom, there it is. And when it turns off, wait, this is new. It automatically adds like an off version of it. That's really cool. I like that. Anyways, click on that and I'm going to set my actual one is the button when it's not pressed. And I'm basically going to do the same thing for each and every one of them. Some of them are toggles and some of them are not, so they don't require basically two things. You usually want to use the design of the button not activated for those that are not toggles, so that they don't just take up like visual space too much. This one is for when you're going live, so obviously you can really tell when it's on and then when it's off for the multi-action. All right, see you in a bit. All right, so this is basically what I came up with. Now, right now, I can't really show you exactly how the scenes are being affected, but basically whatever scene you're currently on, it's gonna be lit. It's going to be highlighted like that, and then you can just switch in between them. Problem is, I'm using multiple instances of OBS to record this. Those look amazing on the Stream Deck itself. Another thing to keep in mind is that for certain toggles, you might have to play around with the order. So I usually say left means active. That's the case for the scene, for example. But for the mute is when you press it, that it mutes. So basically, when you don't have it pressed, it's just chilling, so it's inactive. So use the appropriate icon for that. I went ahead and replaced the sound effect here with a chat command because I don't know, I was thinking of that when I was making the icons. This is our emote only mode. This is sub only mode. And this is our folders for the soundboard. This is our folder for music, which I'm going to go later on and customize a little bit better. Stream marker and then all those scenes. And this is the button that brings me back to the main profile like that. Go back in here. This is my zoom button. It's not supposed to glow like that, but only when I press it. By the way, for the mic and desktop icons, I made sure to make them look like they're muted. Like for example, right? So not only it glows, but on top of that, it shows you that clearly, hey, this means muted. It doesn't just light up for no reason. All right, and if we put emotes only mode, as you can see, this will also light up while you're in emotes only mode. And when you pull it out, boom, there you go. Same thing for sub mode. There you go. Now, I'm sorry I couldn't show you exactly like the setup with the scenes and everything, just because I'm using multiple versions of OBS to record, but you get the gist. And I should probably show you how to customize the actual icons. So I'm going to provide a way for you to access this PSD file. It's either going to be through Photopea or through Gumroad, but make sure you check out the link in the description. And basically, those green folders there, all you have to do is take your icon. For example, let me grab a random icon somewhere. For example, you want to have like a Twitter button, right? So you can drag this and drop it. You're going to want to resize it in whatever editing software you're using to open up the PSD file. You have two folders for the whole button. Basically, you have the icon itself and then the background. So this should be like this, right? Let me turn this off. Let me actually explain it. Let me explain. So you have two folders for each state. Active is going to be on top. And if I turn off both of those, I'm going to be left with non-active. Active, non-active. The folder that's at the top is the one for the icon. So if I do this, okay, turn it on, and I drag my Twitter inside of the top folder here on active, boom, it turns into the active button. Okay, you can expand it a little bit. Let me bring it back out. And if I do the other way around, I turn off everything that's active. I only leave button non-active basically, and I drag Twitter on the top one. Boom, I'm gonna have the non-active style where I can just export as a PNG and upload into my Stream Deck. Hopefully that's clear enough. I don't think I'm gonna be giving you all the icons, mostly because it's probably gonna make the file super big. So you might not have access to all of that, but hey, it's a template. All you have to do is drag and drop your own icons. And if you're wondering, where did you find all those icons? Google, just Google them. This is classified as personal use. Any copyright issue is out of my responsibility though. That being said, if you're not ready for all that, keep in mind that the Stream Deck actually allows you to, if you click plus here, you can create your own icon pretty much. Well, you can find your own icon and then create whatever you want from there. Also remember that own.g/guide level, you can download some icon packs. You can go to the Stream Deck store, go to icons, get some more packs, or even get ideas for your own pages. Talk about more ideas for pages. Definitely join Elgato's Discord server, but to be completely fair, Touch Portal has a server where they have like galleries, like displays where people can show their pages. Now it's a little bit different than Stream Deck. People have way more advanced stuff with sliders and stuff, but I'm not gonna lie, I love seeing what everyone is just rocking. in order to get like inspired a little bit. Look at that. Love it. Love it. So yeah, check out the Touch Portal. I also made multiple videos on Touch Portal, so check those out too. So much information, so little time, but we made it, I believe. Oh my God, that was a long run. Make sure you check out the links in the description for the PSD file for the template. If that's something you're interested in, you don't need it. Let me know if you have any comments about how to do certain stuff with your Stream Deck. Let me know if you would like to see a different video just for the setup of Voicemod soundboard, which I think I already made that. Let me know if you use your Stream Deck in a different way. I think that would be pretty interesting if we could just share ideas like that. Oh, and also if you don't have a Stream Deck yet, there will also be a link for that in the description. Check out the description. And I will see you guys next time. Thank you so much for watching this long video. I appreciate you for that. Go out there, make me proud, get a level, go into bed.